You're listening to Startup Universe Talks, a podcast where we meet with startup founders, angel investors, and major stakeholders of the startup ecosystem. They let us in on the do's and don'ts of running a startup, their career story, and the process of succeeding as well as failing. In other words, everything of interest to startup nerds. Startup Universe is a massive network of opportunities for EU tech startup founders, connecting them with the best minds of the EU tech community, with unicorn founders, known investors, and experts. We have brought together European countries to join forces and launch startup programs suitable for their nation's tech founders. ESU aims to give access to opportunity for funding and expansion across EU countries. This is Startup Universe Talks. I am Mauriza, and today I am here with Iryna Supruniuk from TechUkraine. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I'm really happy to have you here.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be with you today and for your invitation. And best regards from Kyiv, actually, because I'm staying in Kyiv now and in hard times, but with a very heavy, idea that we will win, and we will do everything now for overcome and to stay strong.
Absolutely. I think the whole world is really watching and rooting for you.
It's very important for us, actually.
I have so many questions for you, but I think we can start with, can you describe to me what TechUkraine is?
Yes, TechUkraine is the platform that unites different stakeholders in Ukraine and have the aim to push our technology and innovation sphere forward and develop different types of connections, matchmaking with stakeholders all around the globe. So to make it the leading tech nation in the world. So it's like our ambition, and we believe that everything is techable with Ukraine, and we approve this position statement. I think so during previous years, and since the beginning of full-scale invasion, we improve and enhance all of the spheres in our life, and tech is very important part in our fighting, in our war today. So we believe in tech we trust, and it's like really a huge part of our life for today. So it's our mission to promote and to spread a word about Ukrainian tech, what it is, which success we got, and where we go with global world, because actually today we live in a global world, and we have to understand that not close borders, even if our bordering countries, think that it's not a value, but for us it's close connections with different countries. It's a very, very big value, and to connect and to partner and to communicate and cooperate with different countries, especially in the sphere of tech and innovations, it's very important for us. So it's our mission as a platform, TechUkraine, and the key assets of TechUkraine is our English language portal, and where we're talking about what's happening in Ukraine in English. It's about news, about different blogs, interviews with our founders, with our different stakeholders which are working in Ukraine, and what international media write about Ukraine. So we are keeping all this information on the platform, and of course make analytical reports about what's going on here. So it's like different types of initiatives which we provide. So it's like a key. TechUkraine's goal for now, and after the full-scale invasion, we start communicate very closely with different stakeholders from around the globe. So it's like we are the turning point, not just like bridge with Ukraine in tech sphere. Actually, so we matchmaking different organizations, persons, and so on in different spheres, because you know that we know this Ukrainian environment. We know different people from here, and it's much more easier to coordinate different types of initiatives between international and Ukrainian. So it's one of our activity. The next one is like a communication with international media and spread the word about what's going on here, because actually it was a huge amount of requests about how tech reflect and tackle the challenges we have for now. And we are also spreading a word about these points. So it's very huge amount of our activity in the last months. And the other ones also, we are conducting a few weeks ago a survey about startups, what's going on with startups, with the Ukrainian Startup Fund, because they are like the key institution which provides different services and also funding for Ukrainian startups. And now we are just analyzing the results and analyzing the data. So I hope that next week we have the results and we'll present it for our audience and for global audience. And about another, also we are cooperating with Ukrainian and international funds. They are working like European Commission, as you know, is launch a new program for Ukrainian startup as well. So we are cooperating with like planning how we could help in these challenging times our startups and different types of companies which work with IT. So it's like to be an agent of changing, and to help also spread the word and to understand where to go and what to do. So like a strategic point of view, because we have a helicopter view of the ecosystem. We communicate with ministers, with clusters, associations, startups and tech companies which work in, and universities as well. So have different objectives which take to amount when we talking about what's to do and where to go.
The Ukrainian startup ecosystem is quite big and it's quite impressive. You are bigger than, if I've understood it correctly, bigger than Dublin and Helsinki.
I don't know exactly about Dublin and Helsinki, what amount of, because when I read the last one report by Startup Genome. Startup Genome a few weeks ago, they present a new report about startup ecosystem globally, and Helsinki become one of the most active growing ecosystem, but I don't remember the numbers actually. But I mentioned that they are really growing fast, and it was like a surprise for me, and that you mentioned it is like an interesting point, but I don't remember the numbers. In Ukraine we have like 3,000 startups is like registered, and they are applied to Ukrainian Startup Fund. So we just amount in this point, but I think it's maybe a much more bigger number, but it's not like we couldn't count all of them. But what I mention about tech ecosystem in general, actually, last year it was like a booming year for tech ecosystem in Ukraine. First of all, it's like the first decacorn in Ukraine. It was Grammarly, if you know this very huge company. They are really from Ukraine, and they are spread. They are really our proud and benchmark of Ukrainian tech. Also, we have the first IPO, really huge. Also, is GitLab. It was like last year. Also, 16 new global companies opened R&D offices in Ukraine last year. Also, and like 6 billion export tech industry generate over 6 billion export grow in Ukraine. So we saw that here is like a booming tech sphere, and everywhere just different events, different companies open offices, Ukrainian companies scaling up, and it was like a really very inspiring period for us, and we saw that next year will be much more but as for now, we see that it's not stopped. And yesterday I met with one of my friends, and he is advisor of TechUkraine, and he worked in one of middle company in Ukraine. And he said that what I could mention about Ukrainian tech and people who work in Ukrainian tech, that after 3 months of war, we haven't seen such high level of productivity. So people understand, yes, that like a 98%. Could you imagine that it's like never before people are working not so hard, but why they motivated to be so productive? Because every one of us actually understands that it's our frontier. We are not fighting in army with guns and so on, but we are fighting in our frontier. So we are working, and we help our country in economic front, in financial front, in innovation front. So it's like your motivation to be helpful, effective, and to be on your own place where you could be the most productive, and your skills and brains and profession implemented in the most reasonable way. So it's like our approach for all of our developers and different types of engineers working really very hard, and it's like a huge resilience of our ecosystem, that we are really not just stop working, but most of the companies actually have the business continuity plans, and they implement it in the first days of war. So it's like a really good example how to overcome all the hardest challenges, and to keep working, and to help in a country in really hard times.
Oh, exactly. And I think the thing that you mentioned, that everybody does their part, it's not necessarily that you are out in the fields with weapons and everything. You are like, everybody is coming together and doing what they can. I think very impressive. Absolutely. What do you think that the Ukrainian ecosystem needs in terms of outside help?
First of all, as we think and talking about in our ecosystem and with different types of stakeholders, we understand that first of all is like continue to working with Ukrainian tech companies. It is the best way to support us. It's really believe in us. We could work, and we after this 4 months of war, we everybody of us and our clients and different types of international partners said that yes, it's really a huge part, and we understand that yes, you could. The next one is financial support if some venture funds or other initiatives looking for different projects, please take a look in Ukrainian projects. It's a really good innovation and cutting edge. Such of them is really a cutting edge tech, and they develop different cool projects, and you have to talk with them and take a look of this project, because financial support and financial and investment, it's not like just a financial support, you know, it's like an investing, impact investment. So it's in this point of time, it's like a really literally impact investments. So it's for us, it will be a really huge support in this point. And the next one, I think that really spreads the word about Ukraine now. It's really what we need, and to understand that it's war and it's going on, and it's very heavy for us, because the city is destroyed, and a lot of people left country, and a lot of displaced around the country. But we keep working, and we I really want to rebuild Ukraine and to put tech sphere one of the core for our further development. So if our Ministry of Digital Transformation, if you know, it's like 2 years ago, it was founded by President Zelensky, and they are put on the core of development of this ministry, the strategy of to make country in a smartphone. So, and we are developing actually these all services on a smartphone. It's like a Dia City, Dia app, Dia application, which include e-passport, a huge amount of different types of documents you have just in your smartphone in one app. So we are really developing it, and as I read yesterday, the ministry also launched this tech diplomacy, as you know, about Elon Musk and so on. So it's like different types of directions of for now. And as I know that they are also launch projects, army of drones, and different types of our founders pivoted and started working in this military tech direction. So it's like also a point of view where to look at, and energy and green projects also developing even in these hard times. And so these 3 points when I mentioned, so to sum up this thesis, first of all, is continue to work with Ukrainian companies and to set up new contracts with us. The next one is venture impact investments in Ukrainian startups, and spreading the word about Ukraine and Ukrainian tech ecosystem as well. So it will be really helpful for us.
Do you feel like the outside world has done that and has truly understood how much it's needed?
Actually, we are working with the international community and the international media and international partners from the first day, actually, after invasion. So it was like a part of our activity to cooperate with different media and partners, and we feel really very huge support. It was really inspiring that people just regular people and people, decision makers and different types, not just like politicians, you know, that it's the first of all, it was like a regular people from different countries, like, and they said, we support you, and we want to help you. How could we do it? And it was really inspiring. And I know and I understand that it was huge amount of initiatives which provide different support for humanitarian and different. First of all, is humanitarian aid for Ukraine and support for our people who leave country. So it's first of all really impressive, and we are thankful for this activity. But about tech, yes, we saw also different initiatives and visa for tech industries. Some countries provide these services. Also, we launched in TechUkraine in the middle of March, I guess, the not just a platform, but like a not just like a program with different types of initiatives for tech in tech sphere from different countries. So I will send you a link. What it means is like first of all, it's about European initiatives, but it was like just a month after the full-scale invasion, it was different types in different countries which initiated it, and it was really also good support for tech industry. And after I saw that Google for Startups, as you know, also initiated fund for Ukrainian tech startups, and they also selected first batch of winners who received the first investments for in this program. And I collected over 12 VC funds. First of all, is Ukrainian initiatives also, which invest in Ukrainian startups now. So it's really interesting point when people which have money, yes, and understand the risks and understand the environment, they just started to do more, not just like I don't know, we are living, we don't know what to do, but even in such hard times, they continue to support, and they just say that it's really, when I mentioned previously, it's like impact investments for us and understanding why we do that, and for Ukraine and for Ukrainian startups. So I guess that international audience also understand, and our mission also as TechUkraine to spread more information about what's going on over here, and to clear understanding of the audience what to do and how it could help for Ukrainian tech startups, and also in the ecosystem as well.
Can you share some plans that you have for the near future?
Yeah. Sure. First of all, just 2 weeks ago, I came back from Europe. I visited the Next Web conference, and my colleague, director of TechUkraine, she visited Viva La Tech also. And why we were there is like representing tech industry globally, and we conduct over there the tech events. So it's like also one of directions we develop in this sphere to spread the word on a global tech events. And it's like one point, because like it was like few weeks ago. The next step also, first of all, is like this survey which we conduct, and further support for tech ecosystem and startups as well. So like a core direction of our activity and our development in this point. So also we communicate with, we continue to communicate with international media and different types of organizations, and collecting useful and up-to-date information for them. So it's like analytical reports and so on. So it we made digests, and I think that it will be also our core activity, because it's all the time we receive different requests in this point of view, and to overview different reports and collect information, relevant information for our stakeholders. And for sure, we will develop our portal. So news of Ukrainian tech in English will be spread, I guess, much more louder. And I think that it will be also the media which will be interesting for different countries and for different people from around the globe. So it's like our core activities for now, and we will join also maybe a horizon program, that it's like an international EU program for education and internship and innovators. So we take part in this initiative also. So it's like different types of and directions of activities. So but we want to be helpful where we could be in this moment actually.
It sounds like you have a lot of interesting things lined up. But how has it been for you and the team working on this during the war? How had you managed the everyday life of being in an office and then everything that's going on?
Yes, actually, in office, I am just few times I was visiting office actually because most of the time I working from home and it's like a remote for us, and it's according to the conditions and according to the situation, it's more easily. But as I mentioned previously, that from the first day of full-scale invasion, we set up the team of with Ministry of Digital Transformation and with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and with different PR high level PR specialists which working in tech sphere to spread the word about what's going on here. So it was like a work and really huge amount of activities because it was like a craziness, all around. But it was for me, first of all, it was like a pillar and was like a therapy because when you do something useful in these hard times, you understand that you could do this and it helpful and. You're looking for meaning in all of this, and you understand that realities we live in different realities for now. We live in a work floor reality, we live in information reality when you keep an eye all the time on the news, what's going on, where going on, because everything is changing every hour. You know that you don't understand what could happen in our after, and so it's like all the time situation changes, but and also as I analyzing the information sphere all around the globe to understand what's happened all around the globe and not to cancel connections with the global audience. It was really important to understand what people doing, thinking, and what's the approach and point of view on Ukraine in this current situation, because you know that we live here but communicate very closely with different stakeholders. That's why it's very important to be on a line on the same page with different partners and to understand it. So for me and for our team, I guess that it was a very useful strategy to work all the time, non-stop, 24/7. You know that like the first month it was without any weekends. I just remind that only like in the beginning of April, I just understand that it is Saturday and Sundays, like a weekend, because you are just working all the time without any weekends. So it's like all the time the same, and you just keep going and running. So, but it save us maybe much more better than others who haven't any activity and just feel depressed and feel all of us feel tired, but we are fighters, that what is, as my t-shirt today said, that what is your superpower? I'm Ukrainian. So it's true, it's our motto for today, and I think that it's our bravery, it's in our DNA. It's like for us it's lifestyle for today, life balance and all of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, the whole world is just watching and admiring your bravery, all of you, really. I'm so happy to have been able to talk to you today. It has been very interesting and moving, and a little bit hopeful as well. Especially, I think, with your T-shirts and the last message thing. Before we
Absolutely, yes.
before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to add?
Yes, I just want to add that support Ukraine, believe in us. We are really friendly, and we are really want to connect, communicate, and partners with all of the globe. We feel your support actually, and we hope that for the next year we will invite all of you to come to Kyiv and to be with us and to understand why we love our country so much, and to develop all of these tech innovations together. So for now, just believe that we will win and support us as well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Startup Universe Talks. If you want to know more about us, go to thestartupuniverse.org and follow us on social media. Thank you for listening.